So I was gonna do a live stream. I haven't done a live stream on this channel since I think back in like November or something like that. So it's been a long time. And I thought it might be kind of fun to do a live stream. I do live streams on Instagram. Follow me at Tazawa_Tanks on Instagram. So anyway, I posted a poll on the YouTube community page, on my community page on my channel, and asked if you guys would like for me to do a live stream. Well, the overwhelming response for this question was no. Don't do a live stream. I think like 68 or 69% so far, and it's only been like 120 or something votes so far. So anyway, the majority said no live stream, do an edited video instead. And so here you go. I guess you guys don't like hearing me talk quite as long, so maybe a shorter, quicker video that's edited straight to the point is what you guys want to hear. Now, if you are interested in doing a live stream, and because more people are going to watch this video, then you know, check out my community tab. There will be a poll right up here, so check out that poll and vote if you would like to be part of a live stream in the future. If you want me to do a live stream, I will, if the majority of the people do ask for me to do a live stream. So today I thought I would talk about one of the fish that I got recently. Well, I've had them for a couple, 2 or 3 months now maybe, but I haven't really talked about them very much. I haven't really showcased them on this channel. I've mentioned them only in passing, and haven't really shot any footage or shared any photos of these fish. And I'm really enjoying them. I'm really enjoying this tank, and I wanted to make a video and kind of give them some attention and share with all of you guys what's going on. So that fish is the pseudotropheus saulosi. It is an Mbuna, and sometimes people can get them mixed up with other Mbuna because the males look like maybe like a zebra and the females look like a yellow lab, as an example. They are a dwarf cichlid, so they are a smaller Mbuna. They don't get to the 5, 6, 7 inches that some Mbuna do grow to be. And you might not have seen 7-inch Mbuna before, but I have seen several of them, and they are quite impressive. But anyway, they are a dwarf cichlid. Or not a dwarf cichlid, but a dwarf Mbuna. They get to be about 3.5 inches or so when they're fully grown. The real cool thing about these fish is they have what's called sexual dimorphism. Sexual dimorphism is when there is a distinct physical difference between a male and a female. So for example, with humans, for us as an example, besides just our genitalia being obviously different looking, there is dimorphism between men and women. For the most part, men are larger than women, more muscular, facial hair, etc. And so it's very easy to tell the difference between a male and a female as far as humans are concerned. With some fish, it's not as easy. Some fish, the only way to tell is by venting. Others display color. So like with peacock cichlids, the males are very colored up. The females are usually silver, brown, gray, etc. With the pseudotropheus saulosi, the females stay yellow and the males turn blue. What happens with these fish is when they are young, when they're born, and when they're growing, when they're still fry, they're all yellow. And right around the juvenile stage, when they start to get to maturity, as far as sexual maturity, then the males will start to turn color, and you will see some blues and some darker blue stripes come out on the males. Now, if there's a subdominant male, they generally will not show those same bright blue colors, so they'll be a little bit more muted. So it's kind of a little bit harder to tell, but you'll still see the stripes and the bands, but they're not going to be as pronounced as a dominant male would be. Now I have 6 of these guys. I actually got I got a couple more, but I had to cull some. But I have 6 of them in here. They've been doing very well, and I've got 2 males that have colored up, and I have 4 females. So I am pretty happy with that ratio. Now, down the road, I might end up moving 1 male out and just having the females and the 1 male, but we'll just kind of wait and see how that goes. So this is a 40-gallon breeder tank, so it's a little bit on probably the smallest size that you'd want to do Mbuna, but again, I don't have a lot of them in there. I do have adequate filtration. If you watch my channel, you know how often I do water changes. And the other thing that I have in here is I have a lot of rock. So what happens when you have a lot of rock is you have a lot of hiding places for the fish to hide and get away from one another, but also you have the ability to block the line of sight. So what that means is if there's one fish over here and one fish over there, if there's rocks in the middle, the dominant fish that's on one side is not going to see the one that's on the other, so he's not chasing that other fish around all the time. So it does really help in kind of curbing the aggression with Mbuna. Now with other fish, like peacocks as an example, you don't want the rocks in there because they can swim into it, etc. But with the Mbuna, they behave differently. They swim in and out of the rocks. They go inside the little holes and crevices in the rocks, so I do like having the rocks in there. The other thing I like about having rocks in an Mbuna tank is if they do spawn, and these will spawn, when they spawn, if I choose to not like pull the female and have her spit the fry somewhere else, if I just leave them in there, when she spits the fry have a better chance of surviving because they can go inside the rocks and those really small cracks and holes, and they can go in there until they're large enough to fend for themselves. So these are a maternal mouth brooder. What that means is the females will hold the eggs in her mouth. So what will happen is they will spawn, the female will lay eggs, the male will come by and do his little thing, and then once the eggs are fertilized, the female will pick those up, hold them in her mouth. Usually, I think with these guys, it's like 15 to 18 days, right around there. And then the eggs will hatch in her mouth, and the baby fish will continue to live in her mouth until they're large enough to swim out on their own and fend for themselves. So they are a mouth brooder just like most African cichlids, and what will happen is, again, if you have those rocks, when they do swim out, they have a better chance of survival. Now, the pseudotropheus saulosi are probably not as common as some of the other Mbuna species that we find in fish stores, etc. They are on the endangered list as far as out in the wild. I don't know exactly what their status is like in Lake Malawi, but the research that I've done has told me that they are on the endangered list, and they are threatened species of the wild. So I want to make sure that I take good care of my fish here so that I can, breed some, spread them out in the hobby, make sure that other people have a chance to also enjoy these fish. So I'll probably make these available at my local club and to other fish keepers here in the area. So if you guys are in the San Francisco Bay Area, and if you do want to get some pseudotropheus saulosi down the road, once you spawn, I'll let you know, or I'll post a picture on Instagram or something, and you guys can hit me up and see about getting some for me. So that was it, just a quick little video talking about these guys. I do like them, I do enjoy this tank. I typically don't have a light, I just kind of stuck one on top of there because I keep a bunch of lights in my storage behind me. And but anyway, I wanted to just share this with you guys and let you know what's going on. And I do have some other tanks that have gone through some changes, so in the coming weeks I will create more videos and share with you guys what's going on with those tanks. Don't forget to vote on that poll that was back at the beginning of the video. Please give this video a thumbs up, or if you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. Either way, thumbs up or thumbs down, it does help my channel. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.